Well, hello everybody, my name is Roger and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. So I'm doing another tag today. The name of the tag is called the Cliché book tag. And this is an original tag by Miranda Reads, and I will put the link to the original video below. So let's get cracking. The first item is Actions Speak Louder Than Words, a book that wasn't or couldn't be better than the movie. So for this one, I think I would go with The Godfather. I thought that the book was okay, but I was really blown away by the movie. And another one that comes to mind is 50 Shades of Grey. I know, don't say it. And can you believe it? I read both the book and saw the movie. But you know, sometimes you're just in the mood for pure trash. But I did enjoy the movie more than I did the book. Number 2. The grass is always greener on the other side. A rags to riches or riches to rags story. So the one that comes to mind is Rebecca, written by Daphne du Maurier. And this follows a young woman who meets a handsome and extremely wealthy man named Maxim de Winter. They are quickly married, and then she's whisked off to Manderley, his luminous estate. So little did she know that she would be living in the shadow of his dead wife, along with all of the secrets surrounding her death. So she was pretty much a servant girl until she became Mrs. De Winter. Number 3, The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree, a parent-child relationship that you loved. So this is actually a book that I just read called Thomas Wildness and the Book of Sorrows, written by J.M. Burgin. And I love the relationship between Thomas and his mother. They had such a sweet and tender relationship. In fact, if I remember correctly, her nickname for him was Sweet Boy, I do believe. So yeah, great parent-child relationship in that book. Number 4, You Can't Judge a Book by Its Cover. A great book that needs a better cover. You know, there are so many to name. So many, but one that comes to mind that I have on my shelf is Blackwood Farm by Anne Rice. I've just never found this cover very enticing, so yeah, so I'm going to go with that one. I'll put that somewhere else. Number 5, You Can't Please Everyone, a book you hate/love that everyone loves/hates. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go with Lord of the Flies. I know, this one's a classic, but sorry, I absolutely hated it. And I hated it the first time I read it, and I tried rereading it about, I don't know, a year ago, and I got partway through it, and I actually ended up DNFing it because I was just wasn't feeling it. Another book that comes to mind is Turn of the Screw by Henry James. But if you want to get into more recent books, this isn't going to be a very popular opinion, but I'm going to say Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. You know, I didn't really hate it per se, but I didn't love it like I hoped I would, and like so many other people did. Now, I do love Becky Albertalli's work. Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda was one of my all-time favorite books, but I just could not get into Leah on the Offbeat. I think it's because I hated Leah's character so much in this book. Now, I loved her in Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda, but she was, in this book, abrasive and not at all likable. Of course, that is just my humble opinion, I know, and it's not a very popular opinion because as many people love this book. So the next one, number 6, What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger, a book that you are a better person for having read. So for this one, I'm going to go with a nonfiction book, and I'm going to go with Deep Work by Cal Newport. So in this book, the author stresses the importance of focusing without distraction when you're working on something that's mentally challenging or cognitively demanding, allowing us to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. So the practices as outlined in that book greatly enhanced my productivity, and it was definitely a book that I was a better person after having read. I'm going to add another book to this list right along with that one, and that's going to be The One Thing by Gary Keller. Another productivity-enhancing book that made a huge difference in my life. Number 7, The Lover's Blind, a book with a disabled character or actual blind love. So the one that comes to mind is Leo Loves Aries by Anita Sunday, in which the main character's sister is blind. Come to think of it, another one of her books features a disabled character. What was it? Liam and the Raven. And in this book, one of the main characters was actually in a wheelchair as a result of a hate attack on campus. And both of these novels are gay romance novels by Anita Sunday, who is one of my favorite authors in this genre. So number 8, Ignorance is Bliss. A book you know is bad but don't want to admit it, or a book you don't want to read in case it's bad. So for this one, I'm going to go with the Twilight series. You know, I know they're bad and I know they're problematic, but it was one of those guilty pleasures. You know, I really enjoyed it, all of the books in the series at the time that I read them. But I did like the movies more, though. So, number 9, There Is No Time Like the Present, your favorite contemporary book. So for this, I'm going to go with Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This book worked for me on so many levels and was definitely one of my favorite recent reads. Number 10, Better Safe Than Sorry, a book you don't want to read in case it's bad or vice versa. So I'm not sure about this question. You know, if I think a book is bad, then I just don't read it. End of story. Oh, I know there are plenty of books that I should read, but I don't because I'm afraid that I won't enjoy them. Several classics come to mind here. You know, I DNF'd Moby Dick when I was in high school, not because the book was bad per se, but just because I didn't like it and I couldn't get into it. I think it was all the whaling terminology that did me in. Oh, I know. I'm going to go with The Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy by Sarah J. Maas, and I have them actually on my shelf right over there. So this is one of those weird things. I bought all 3 books because I found them online for really inexpensive, a great deal. And there they sit on my shelves unread. I haven't read any of them because I guess I'm afraid that I'm not going to like them. From the reviews I've read, some people really love them while others really hate them. And I'm afraid that I just might fall into that latter category. But I just have to bite the bullet and dive into them soon. Fear of hating be damned. So is that the last? That is the last one. So this, I believe, is a really old tag. So I don't think I'm going to tag anybody in this one because I'm guessing a good number of you have done it. But if you haven't, give it a go. And that is it for this time. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support. And as usual, if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you click the like button below. That helps me get my channel discovered. And that about does it. I will talk to you all in the next video. Roger and out.